Okay, so to restrict your domain, what you need to do is first type in a function. Maybe you want a quadratic like x squared. So I'm entering that here. Of course, you can grab this and move this. Maybe you want it to, if you grab near this vertex, you can actually move the vertex up to where you want it, and maybe that's going to be the top of the head there. But you can see I really want the function to end somewhere around here and around here. So I don't want that whole function. I want to restrict it. Or there's a couple ways to do that. One way is to hit tab here, and in the entry line, hit up arrow. Maybe a highlight before the equal sign. Go to the template key, hit this one. I didn't mean to hit 3 pieces. I'm going to take 1 piece. There you go. So then restrict it from, say, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. The x values here are about 4.7, say, so negative 4.7, so negative 4.7 less than x less than, control equals. On the right, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe about 4 here for the x values, maybe a little less, but let's just try 4 to start with. And press enter. You can see the restriction there. That looks a little bit much. You see on the right, I don't want that little part sticking out there. I don't want that little part sticking out there, so I'm going to make both those just a little bit smaller. Let's change this to 3.8. Still not happy with 3.8. That's okay. Okay, so depends how much a perfectionist you want to be, but that's how you restricted, say, an x value there. Let's do an x equals parabola. So right click on the screen, put a text, no, don't want that. Right click, put a text box, and say something like maybe x equals y squared. Press enter. Drag that to the x-axis. It graphs over here, and double click on there, and you can say control equals and then such that bar. Now I can put my restriction. Now notice with this type of parabola, and actually I don't want to do this yet. First let's kind of move this around. So let's put this where we want it to go. So maybe I want the parabola, you can see I want it to be kind of the side of the head there. Maybe something like that. Roughly like that. I just need a little part there. So I need the y values that are going to need to be restricted. So by the way, if you lost your equation, just go to right click and go to label. It should show up at some point here. Oh wait, maybe it was already there. There it is. I did not realized it was staring at me the whole time. Okay, so we're going to double click on that and go to control equals, such that. And now I'm going to restrict the y value. So I'm not looking at the x-axis, I'm looking at the y-axis. So I want this parabola to maybe, looks like right about 2 there would be my highest point. And somewhere around -3 will be my lowest point. So I'm going to say -3. Control equals is less than y. Control equals less than, let's say +2. And you can see that the y value of this point is, the highest point is at 2. The lowest point is at -3. And so I restricted the y values. Now, I might be happy with that. You could tweak it a little bit if you wanted to, but I think that's a pretty good start. If you want to restrict, say, like a linear line, I don't know if there are any linear lines here. I could maybe use one for the eyebrow. If I want to do that, maybe type in x. And let's move this over towards where that eyebrow is. And maybe tilt it a little. You just want a little eyebrow right there, and I want it to be linear. If I wanted to do that, again, I'm going to need to restrict it. So tab, go up to it. Again, here in the entry line, you can also hit Control equals if you prefer that, and choose the such that. So I have to restrict the x values. It looks like it goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, -4 to -3 maybe. So -4 less than, you always start with a smaller one, less than x, less than -3. And you see that little red line there. The x values of that line are from -4 on the x-axis to -3, and so it restricted there, and it kind of matches the little eyebrow right there. And again, hide your equations when you're done with them. Right-click and hide. That's how you restrict. Hope that helped.